Hey everyone, this is Nancy. I am doing this video to give you an overview of two special decks, the Painted Tarot by Sophie McKay-Knight and her new deck, the Painted Runes. So I hope you enjoy. If you've watched some of my videos, you've probably seen the Painted Tarot as one of my very favorite decks. I think I've got it in about 5 of my videos where I mention, oh, I absolutely love this one for various reasons, because of the colors and the art, the vibrancy, the cardstock, various things. So I've had the Painted Tarot. I was on the Queen of Cookies site and she did a review of the Rune deck and showed the Painted Tarot and this beautiful catalog that came with it. And I didn't have this catalog. I got the deck about a year ago, but there was no booklet with it to describe the cards. And so I made a comment that, gee, I wish I'd gotten that with my deck. It probably came along after, and you know, the creator didn't have it at the time, but it sure looked like a nice booklet to have. Well, Sophie commented back to me on the site saying, oh, you should have that. I'm sending that to people who have the deck and did not get the booklet. So I was kind of loath to let her ship it from Scotland just for, you know, the booklet, which is very nice, but I didn't want to put her to the expense. But then she volunteered to send me a copy of the Rune deck, and I'm doing a review of it, obviously, in response to that, but that was very generous and very sweet. So I wanted to start out by looking at the Painted Tarot and just kind of, I'm not going to do a full flip through, but tell you what I love about it. The deck, you know, has wonderful backs, has beautiful cardstock that is, you know, a nice flexible cardstock, larger than regular tarot size. And the colors in this deck are just so vibrant. I need to really get them near the camera so you can see just how beautiful they are. And they really are, to me, the deck to me is a very intuitive read, which is not my specialty. I mean, I'm only a couple years into tarot, and it's, you know, taken me time to generally learn some of the symbolism and the meanings. And certainly this deck has the symbolism, like in the Two of Pentacles. But it also just gives you a feel for every card. Between the colors and the vibrancy of the art, you really get a sense of what's going on. I mean, look at that Three of Cups. That is a celebration in paint and in color. And you can just feel that these three people are at a celebration. They're having fun. The Knight of Coins, charging off on that horse with, again, that vibrant yellow sky. And here's the Four of Swords, very much a person at rest on the swords. So I love the colors. Every card is unique, and the energy of these cards is just amazing. I'm going to find you a few majors. There's the Devil. I'm afraid my light is not perfect, but it's a really cool devil. And, you know, Knight of Cups. I'm just trying to find a few majors. There's our Emperor. Nine of Pentacles. The hummingbirds give you the feel for the traditional garden without there having to be a whole garden. It suggests the symbology very nicely. And I just think it's really one of the most beautiful decks that I have. Now the kings are black and white in this deck. And it gives them a certain power. Chariot. Get the sense of motion. This is a beautiful High Priestess. Look at her. Look at the colors. So anyway, I will stop with the painted tarot, but it is absolutely one of my most favorite tarot decks and has such energy and such vibrancy, and her artwork is fantastic. I just love it. Look at the lovers. So that said, as I said, I've mentioned this deck many times, so I'm not coming to the game late here. I've always loved it. It's really among my top 5 decks, maybe, and at times my top deck. The booklet that I just got from Sophie is really inventive. It is very much more like a catalog in that it's very, very artistic, very beautifully laid out. You've got the descriptions of the cards, obviously, by the suits. You've got some keywords for the suit, like the earth elements, abundance, achievement, work. And I love things like this. Obviously, the card backs show the floor of her art studio, and she has little hints like this with the brushes in this beautiful catalog of images. She also has discussions about reversals, the models she used, the people she used for some of these, the inspiration for some of these, about the darker cards, and some insights into the deck. And I love it when an artist really tells you, some spreads there too, really tells you what they were thinking about the art. Because, you know, if a deck is not strict Rider-Waite-Smith, then the artist has made choices in how to represent the tarot, and understanding those choices, to me, just enhances the beauty of the deck and the usability of the deck. So anyway, that is the painted tarot and the booklet that I got. If you, as I did, bought the deck a while ago and didn't get this, I would recommend it. It's lovely. It's a really beautiful way to get into the deck even further. So that is the painted tarot. Now, the deck she just sent me very graciously is her Painted Runes tarot. Sorry, Painted Runes deck. It is a rune deck, but the reason I kind of called it tarot there is because she actually makes an association with tarot. And I just want to read you, I don't usually read guidebooks, but this gives you some idea of how she came to this. I love delving into the bag to see which rune was going to stick to my fingers. This is when she was a child, and then trying to decipher what it might mean. As I got older, I became more attracted to tarot, but I never forgot the runes and would return to them periodically, although their messages often seemed ephemeral and elusive. After I completed the painted tarot deck, I knew I wanted to make a rune deck, but was not sure where to start. There are so many ways in which runes can be interpreted, and there isn't a standard structure through which to work with them. Because of this, my interpretations in this booklet enter via the tarot route, but purely as a way in. So she gives you in her descriptions, again in this beautiful booklet, beautifully laid out, she gives you associations with the tarot. Like here, she's got the Jera rune, and the associations are Knight of Coins, 7 of Coins, 3 of Coins, and the Empress. And I have to state right here, I am pretty new to runes, so I will certainly mispronounce things as I go through. But I love the idea that she's given me an entree to this through tarot, which I do know something about, and giving me that little leg up. She's also got, again, in the back of this, besides the individual card interpretation, she's got information about how to use the blank rune, how she uses the rune, and reversals, and spreads. So as someone new to runes, I don't have a rune deck. I have some runes, as you see laid out on the table here, but I'm just beginning to learn them, and I don't have a deck, and I think it's going to be very handy. So moving forward, I wanted to show you, I rarely unpackage things if I do a walkthrough, which I don't do too often, because I figure you know how to tear paper off of things. But the way she sent this to me is so beautiful. She sent one postcard that is a round postcard. And I don't know how well those go through the mail, but this is Nighttime in the Garden of Eden. Just beautiful, looks like hummingbirds to me. So there's one postcard. She sent this, this card from the rune deck. You know, a blank card with an envelope. And that, let's see, doesn't say the name of this art, but it's beautiful. And then two more postcards, one with a little note. But again, you can begin to see how the rune deck incorporates the runes into the images. So that was very sweet of her to send those items. And the deck itself is packaged very sweetly with a sticker with one of her art images. And now you get to watch me tear paper. So there we are. There's the painted runes in a tuck box. It's a slim deck. Beautiful box because it's got her art on it. And frankly, guys, I have to tell you, I just love her art. I'm a sucker for it. So, a little paper band. There we go. Not a lot of plastic going on here. Thank you, Sophie. So, let's just do a little flip through of these cards. And there's the better light. See if I can get a little closer. And this is the Painted Runes Tarot by Sophie McKay-Knight. Oh, and I didn't call out the backs. Aren't they interesting, amazing? Again, her using, as she did on the Painted Tarot, her artwork as the backs. As someone learning runes, it would have been interesting to have keywords on here, but I don't know how often rune decks do that. So maybe I just need to learn. But again, her art is just beautiful. And as I learn the meanings of the rune cards better, I'm sure I will learn to appreciate how the art intersects the meanings of the runes and helps me understand them. Because I do look to art in decks to enhance my understanding, which is one of the reasons I like to collect different decks and get different perspectives on tarot and now runes. I'd love your comments below if you were really good at runes. How do you feel these cards reflect the meanings of each rune that they show? So that is the Painted Runes deck by Sophie McKay-Knight. I am really looking forward to working with it. I love her painted tarot, and I think it's going to be a wonderful part of my rune journey. So thank you, Sophie, very much for sending this, and thank you for your beautiful artwork. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care.